your co-host, Kimberly Escobar.
And we are very excited to be broadcasting at our brand new studio. We just got this finished this week, and we're just all excited to be here. I mean, how do you feel, Kim, just being in a new space?
I feel very excited, very different from Zoom. I feel like we'll have much better conversations.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like being on Zoom for so long and doing the shows was definitely cutting off our energy, we will admit. But being able to just be in person and see each other, it feels great to be back. So on today's show, we're actually joined by a special guest. His name is Daniel Correa. Am I saying that right, Daniel?
Yeah.
So Daniel is a youth board member for the California School-Based Health Alliance, and he's going to be here talking to us, just answering a couple of our questions regarding the California School-Based Health Alliance. And thank you so much for being with us today, Daniel. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you, Daniel. Did you want to just introduce yourself to the audience real quick and just
Yeah. So I'm like a Bay Area native. I grew up in San Jose, California, which is South Bay. I'm a fourth year on the school-based Health Center Youth Board. I actually just graduated from the University of California, Berkeley with a double major in biology and molecular biology with a minor Chicano studies. So I'm hoping to stay on the pre-med track and eventually get to med school. But I am taking some time off school and trying to get some work experience and just kind of recuperate from my 4 years at Cal.
Wow. Well, congratulations. It seems.
Congrats.
Yeah, congrats on having like such a like amazing educational career. Like, dang, that's awesome. So you said so we talked with Daniel just briefly before we started the show. So you've been a board member for 4 years?
Yeah, that's correct. 4 years. I started my freshman year.
Of high school or college?
College.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Definitely, we are here with a very experienced person with the California School-Based Health Alliance. And right before we get into the actually just talking about the organization, Daniel, what are you doing this summer? You got any plans? I know it's starting to get hot, so.
I actually just recently did an SB trip, and that was pretty nice. I definitely recommend people taking, a week on. I feel like a weekend's good enough to do that. But for the most part, I'm actually working at the School of Public Health in Berkeley, helping Professor Rosemary de la Rosa get her lab set up. And then I'm looking to get onboarded at a clinical research lab at UCSF.
Oh, wow. So you have a lot going on this summer. Well, good luck with your educational endeavors. And Kimberly, what do you have planned for this summer?
For this summer, it's not necessarily planned out. The only thing that's planned out is I'm going on a camping trip for 2 weeks, and then for a lot of the summer, I'm just gonna do some outdoor things with MCM.
All right, awesome.
Exciting.
Yeah, with the Big City Mountaineers.
Yes.
And all that. Great. Well, that sounds fun. The summer's always interesting to me because my birthday is in July. So what I'm probably planning on doing is taking my week off of work for my birthday week. And I'm probably going to rent out like a cabin or something. We're not sure where yet, but probably going to rent out a cabin with some friends and hang out. And might also go check out the Marin County Fair because that's coming up again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's opening up. So
That hasn't been around for like 2 years.
yeah, I know. It hasn't been around for a while. Are you familiar with, have you been to Marin County, Daniel? Like San Rafael, Novato area?
Yeah, like passing, but I've never really been to explore, stay there for longer than a couple of hours.
Gotcha. Wow. All right. Well, I highly recommend it if you're ever in the area to come check out the Marin County Fair. It's kind of like our big like.
I'm pretty sure they have a fair, correct?
Oh no, they probably have a ton of fairs in the East Bay. I'm sure.
I'm in the East Bay for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're ever in the time, like I think it starts July 2nd till July 4th.
It's like June 30th.
Oh, June 30th to July 4th, I think is the last day.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Marin County Fair will be taking place. If you're interested, I'm just putting that out there. But all right, Daniel. So
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that little thing with us, a little get to know you. So now we're going to jump into talking about the California School-Based Health Alliance. And my first question for you is, what does it mean to be a youth board member?
Yeah, so I think it's important to be a youth board member. Understandably so, we are a nonprofit that's ran by adults, right? People who have an expertise in a specific field, but the work that's done by the organization is youth-centric and it's towards youth. So it's like important to have that youth perspective on everything that the staff members are doing and working towards, so that the people that it actually going to be serving, it has that like concentration and their gaze through it. And that's where we come in as youth board members. We are all college students, so we're like recently graduated from high school, or we're looking to move on to our professional lives. So we try to provide that. We provide the youth perspective on what it means to be a high schooler, or what impacts can school-based health centers have on youth through our gaze. And that's kind of our biggest role, is to bring that youth perspectives so that the organization itself never loses its goal of helping the youth and having that voice to really guide them in their policies and their curriculums that they do. As part of the youth board members, so we meet monthly just to discuss how we can better support the organization. Sometimes staff members come and they update us on different things, and we give feedback as well with some statements or curriculums. They'll have us kind of read through them, check the language, see if it's important, see how we can make it more youth friendly. We also attend conferences and we present at conferences. I've emceed a couple of conferences before. Other youth members have led workshops on like youth and adult relationships, sexual reproductive health, various topics. And that usually comes with each youth board member has a project that they lead. It's completely up to you. You can either help out somebody on our board or somebody on staff, or create your own project. This year, my project is on tobacco and youth prevention. So I'm creating an infographic and entries for resources that educators, students, and parents can use just to better inform themselves on like tobacco prevention and how to, if they're looking to quit, like resources on quitting and taking those steps. Yeah, it's pretty, you do a little bit of everything and it's great. Kind of like a consultant role, I guess. That's the best way to describe it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun and I enjoy being part of it.
That's great. So thank you for explaining what a board member is, because I think generally every organization has a board, right? But it seems that you kind of like you're spread out, like you said. You have a whole lot of different areas that you work in for helping support the organization, and I think that's awesome. So I wanted to ask, so what schools in Marin are supported by the California School-Based Health Alliance?
Yeah, so there's two school-based health centers located in Marin County. One is the Novato Teen Clinic, which serves 13 schools, I believe.
Yeah.
And then there's the Teen Thursdays Health Services, and that serves all the schools in the San Rafael High School District.
Oh, is that part of Huckleberry, or is that different?
I'm not 100% sure. I just know that it serves all the schools in San Rafael High School District.
Oh.
Is that you said that's for Tuesdays and Thursdays?
It's called Teen Tuesday Health Services.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that in school, and they would say that it's located in Huckleberry, but I didn't know that it was part of this one.
Yeah, so it probably is part of, so it's probably like a partnership deal with Huckleberry, because we've heard of that before here in San Rafael about the teen clinics on Tuesdays. That's most likely something. I know you guys were the ones that were providing the resources for that. So that's an interesting revelation. I didn't know that. And I've heard about the Novato Teen Clinic. We've had people from
I've heard about it as well.
Yeah, we've had people on there on the show before from the Novato Teen Clinic. So that's cool that's you guys are kind of the ones giving out resources to them. So that's cool. So how can students sign up to be a part of the California School-Based Health Alliance, or do they just have to check in with the different for the example, Novato Teen Clinic? Would they have to sign up through the Novato Teen Clinic, or do they sign up through the California School-Based Health Alliance website? So how's that process?
Yeah, so the California School-Based Health Alliance as a whole is like a nonprofit organization, and the main goal is just to provide resources so that existing school-based health centers can sustain themselves and improve themselves in specific fields, especially if they're adding a new service, or for schools or community centers that want to be established as school-based health centers, like how to go about that. We also do a lot of policy and lobbying work. We have a staff member who's actually been interviewed by our state government in terms of creating funding for school-based health centers. So there's kind of that. So the main purpose of the org is to provide resources to school-based health centers. So if youth want to get involved in school-based health centers, one great way is to actually go directly to the school-based health centers. The majority of them will actually have a student advisory board, like a student advisory committee, where members from that high school will actually lead a program or be part of like a youth board, similar to us for the school-based health center. So a lot of school-based health centers actually have that program where youth can take leadership opportunities, learn about school-based health centers, maybe have their own project. It does vary from school to school. So if youth are interested in getting involved with their school-based health center, they should definitely go to the school-based health center directly and see how they can better support their school-based health center, or if they have a youth advisory program at the school-based health center. In terms of getting involved with the California School-Based Health Alliance, this past year we actually had a high school intern with us. This is something that the organization wants to continue to improve on and build on. So that is like still in the works to make it more of a robust and like official program. To be part of the School-Based Health Alliance Youth Board. Every year we do recruiting because we do have people who come and go, and at times want to expand this youth board. So you can definitely follow the Instagram, or you can just look at the website. The application will be posted there. It's like a year thing, so usually looking towards maybe August, the application might reopen depending on how many people decide to move on from the youth board. That's always an opportunity to be coming onto the youth board, to be part of the School-Based Health Alliance. But mainly, if you want to have direct association as a high schooler, is mainly going to be with your school-based health center and not with CSHA as a whole.
Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing that. A question that came in mind as you were talking is, so for the Tuesday clinics, I've heard that this has just been like in my mind. Like I've always thought of like on Tuesdays, like the only day you can get those resources, or is there like you can go in any other day?
So I guess that would be a question specifically for the school-based health center. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but like most places, they might just have those health resources. For example, like if only the physicians or the counselors are available those days, that might be the only days. But their school-based health center website or other websites related to them might have resources that you can use on and off. I know, for example, CSHA, like most of our resources are on our website, and we have different programs and different resources that students and parents and educators can access themselves on the daily.
Okay, thank you. So for my next question is, since gun violence has been a rise recently, what are some resources the Health Alliance can give to students to prepare for an event where gun violence can happen?
Yeah, so although we don't officially give like direct services, we do have taken this very seriously, to the point that we actually created a whole tab on our website at California School-Based Health Alliance, full on like gun violence. You know, it's not easy to come to the realization that a lot of people might not feel safe going to school or school-related events because of the possibility of shootings happening. But there are many resources out there that you can go to, and many articles that you can actually read, to just help youth manage the aftermath of a school-based shooting. So on our website, you can find links to a disaster distress hotline to have those resources in case you need them. We also have the teen line, so that it helps, familiarize yourselves, and it's available through like call, text, and email. And there's a student demand action that you can also find on our website to help promote change. But it's mainly that, just providing resources, I think, for people to feel comfortable, and finding people who actually know how, like those experts in the field, those counselors that can help them either set up an event or help them, after events or like just ease that anxiety, definitely those hotlines I think are a great opportunity and a great resource for people to have.
Yeah, I want to add that I yeah, personally for me, just hearing on the news like all of the recent school shootings that have been going on, it bugs me to have to say like what can we do to prepare for one, because there shouldn't be one in the first place, right? But these events that we hear about on the news, it does like trigger like my anxiety really badly. And I think it goes to show for a lot of students too, when they walk into class, sometimes like when they just hear this stuff on the news, it worries them, because you never know when all of a sudden something's going to go wrong, right? So I think it's really awesome that the California School-Based Health Alliance at least has some resources for people to ease that anxiety. And I really want to just say that good job to you guys for providing that, because I don't think there's many school resources that are actually like trying to at least give something to people who are suffering from that type of anxiety. So yeah, I just wanted to shout you guys out there, because that's really really great, valuable resources to have. And
I'm on the website now, and there's a lot of links here. They separate them into two categories, which is one's find support. So we have like resources on the School Crisis Recovery and Renewal Project, the teen line that I mentioned, and we also have the Take Action tab. So it links you to the Preventing Gun Violence Death, which is part of the Prevention Institute, or the Gun Violence Prevention Advocacy Toolkit from the American Academy of Pediatrics. So there's a lot of resources here that, and I think it's good to point out that like our resources aren't just for youth, but they're also for parents, for educators, for counselors, for anyone who wants to get informed and just have that knowledge so that they can give it to teens, but also resources that youth themselves can actually reach out. I know for me, sometimes a teen communicates better with the teen, so I would definitely feel like the teen hotline is something that youth would definitely benefit, especially like in high school and middle schools, being able to talk to someone that they feel like superior and can really help them through those thoughts that only they can have, because they're the ones in that situation.
do you know the hotline off the top of your head, or could you just
Let me
say
see.
for the teen, right? What is it exactly? The hotline.
Yeah, so it's you can either text teen to 839-863, or you could actually call 800-852-8336.
All right, could you repeat the number one more time?
Yeah, so you can either text teen to 839-863, or you can call 800-852-8336.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for giving that resource. I think it's cool that it's so you say that teens can talk with other teens about their issues, right?
Yeah,
If I heard that correctly.
I mean, me as being a teen, I would rather much talk to someone who knows like what I'm going through, or like has similar emotions, rather than an adult. Because I feel like sometimes adults, like, it's scary to talk to them at times, depending on like what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a really good resource. I've never really seen a resource like that either. So I really like that resource. And I was also wondering, what resources do you guys have available for mental and behavior health, as I've seen on the website?
Yeah, so for mental and like that health, there's also more resources on this website that you can see here. A little lost right now. So we actually, as an organization, we also advocate a lot on ACE, which is the like trauma-informed policies, or like trauma-informed training that are happening nationwide for students, for teachers and educators to understand certain actions of students. I know one example that always comes to mind from the conferences that I've gone to is when teachers notice like a student is falling asleep in class every day. There's like teachers can take the approach of being angry and mad, like, oh, the student is sleeping in my class because they don't care, or they're just being lazy. Or they can take the approach of trying to understand, why is this student constantly falling asleep in class? Like, is it because this classroom is the only safe space for them to actually fall asleep, or are there other issues going on at home? And not only like just noticing that, right, and changing their attitude, but trying to come to them as an advocate to get them to where they need to be. Additionally, like, we have a lot of different resources on how to interact with teens and help them out through that. Um, and there's like the biggest part of the school-based health center is actually creating curriculums for school-based health centers on like their mental health services, as well as creating mental health services and counseling services, which we see are to be one of the highest um, services actually provided by school-based health centers. Most of them will have like a therapist or a counselor that students can go talk to. One thing that I've noticed at school-based health center, this is that I think it's like a really great program, is just having a space where students can go to like have a moment. It's usually just like a room with like a chair. Some places will have like somewhere where you can play like some type of noise. But it's just a space for students when they're feeling super overwhelmed to just go into the school-based health center and go into that room and just relax. And I think that that's something that's really helped people. And I think like for me, thinking back when I was like a high school student, having a space that's literally meant for me to just go and relax, I think would have definitely been a great help. But yeah, if you go to our website, under the resources tab, you'll actually find like a drop down menu for mental behavioral health. There's some that are called student impact. Those are for like student, and there's other resources labeled behavioral health, and those are more for like mental health web pages.
Oh wow. I was just gonna mention that my school, or like I graduated, but my school, my high school, they have a similar thing. It's called the motivation room. And where like no teachers are in there, but and you're allowed to close the door. You just have the blinds open, and there's 2 couches, and then there's a desk if you just want to do work or like lay down. And they usually just give you like a little like 20-minute break if you want to like nap or something. And I feel like sometimes like I would go in there because I'd be like I couldn't sleep last night, so I would just go in and just nap, and it would be so much better when I wake up.
Yeah, I recently graduated from San Francisco State University, and our school resource center had a whole room, like a dark room, where they would hand you like a blanket and a pillow, and you could just like sleep in like these designated areas in there. So that was really cool. They also had like therapy animals like come to our campus and stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I wish they had that.
So like, things like that really do help boost like student at least they do it during like finals week when like everyone's super stressed out, right?
Yeah.
So that's definitely a thing that I saw more. My high school didn't have that. At Sanford High School they didn't have any like
oh yeah, I know.
they didn't have anything like that.
that.
But I do think it's cool that school resource centers at least are starting to do that now, because it is. I think it's important. But yeah.
Did you want to ask a question, Javier?
Sure. Were there any other resources, Daniel, that you wanted to share with us that we may have not mentioned yet?
That may be important to you.
I mean, yeah, if you go to our website and you go under the student impacted like tab, so there's a lot here. We have resources on anti-racism, asthma, boys and men of color. We had a program when I first came on to the youth board that was out in West Contra Costa, where men of color it was a program for them to become leaders and help them in academic excellence. I think, a lot of the times men of color do kind of get left behind in a lot of spaces. So that was a great program. There's more resources on, chronic absence, community, schools, gun violence, immigration and immunizations. I think our organization has done a lot of work around immigration and try to really create awareness there. And of course, I think one of the biggest things that, at least on the youth board end, we work a lot on and talk a lot about is like sexual and reproductive health, and then substance use. So there's a little bit of everything for students here. And just overall, I think, those who have time, especially I feel like, counselors and educators and people who work at school-based health centers should definitely come to our website and give it a read. We throw webinars, I think, on the monthly basis on different topics. So for people who want to come and learn a bit more about certain topics, they can do our webinars, advocating for their schools or, the providers to get them to go to conferences. So one thing that we used to throw as the youth board, we haven't done it because it's COVID, last time was 2019, was actually something that we'd call Y2Y, which stands for Youth to Youth. So it was a youth conference by youth for youth. So the youth board member would host it. We would choose the workshops. A lot of times we would actually present ourselves. We would choose who would come and present, and we would bring high schoolers from different districts across the state to come to this conference, so they could actually, experience what a conference is. I think is a great experience for youth to understand like what conferences are and that networking opportunity, but also to learn a lot about different topics of mental health, of substance use, of sexual reproductive health, on how, to be conscious about themselves and their mental health, but also how to ask for help in that interaction with adults. So that's definitely a great resource. And I hope that, as kind of the world goes back to normal things, and we just had our big statewide conference in person this past year, that we are able to bring that Y2Y conference back so that youth can actually attend that. So yeah, I mean, it's a great way. I think our website has it all. We do have an Instagram. It isn't as robust, but I think teens might be and youth might be more inclined to check that out. Is where my infographics actually get posted, and other infographics from youth board that they've done this year have actually already been posted. So, for bite-sized information and resources, the Instagram is definitely a way to go.
All right. What's the Instagram for the California School-Based Health Alliance? Is it just that the name, or is it abbreviated?
I believe it's just CSHA.
CHA.
CHSA, which is our acronym.
Yeah, so it's just the acronym version. Okay. All right. So yeah, people should follow CHSA if they want to learn more. And because it seems like you guys provide so many resources, like
so many. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think it could be a little overwhelming. So I think it's definitely a good idea to go check out the website, like Daniel's been saying. But I'm glad that we got to talk about a little bit, just a few of the resources that you guys do provide. I just wanted to ask again, you may have answered this earlier, but how can students directly send suggestions to the California School-Based Health Alliance? Because I know you were talking about how, as a board member, you get suggestions and you use that to, start creating some new resources and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a contact page where you could actually send inquiries and questions to the School-Based Health Alliance. There's a number if you ever want to call it, on our website as well. Another way, DMing us on Instagram. We have someone who works a lot on it. We have a digital media coordinator. So reaching out that way is another way to definitely get that information. I know that our team's very responsive, and I mean, for the most part, the people that we've known come on recently, we had a good amount of new youth board members come onto the board. All of them, they're the ones who found us and were able to reach out to us. So definitely, we are an organization that's for the people. So definitely being able to reach out to us is, I think, really easy. And if you're just in the School-Based Health Center world, you're going to hear about us no matter what. So definitely, if somebody ever mentions us, asking them, how they know us, how they can help you put in contact with us. It's always a great way to get in contact with us. But yeah, I think we're a very responsive board. So if y'all just call, email us, or y'all can do it through the website or the Instagram, we'll definitely get a reply.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Daniel, for your time. Kim, did you have any other questions you'd like to ask him before we move on?
No, I think you covered all my questions. One came to mind, but it went out of my head. So, but I'd like to thank you for coming on our show and sharing all these amazing resources. And I hope one day maybe I'll contact you guys.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think getting into contact with you guys directly seems fairly straightforward. And again, we'll be putting the website to the California School-Based Health Alliance on our page. And again, if anyone needs the resources, they can reach out to us and we'll help you get connected. But Daniel, did you have any final words or any final thoughts that you'd like to share with everyone?
Yeah, I mean, I do want to make a correction. So the IG handle is SBH, the number 4, CA. So that's our IG handle if you want to follow that. But yeah, I mean, if any youth are hearing, make sure that y'all go to our website. Definitely read that. Don't ever be afraid to walk into your school-based health center. And a lot of the times people feel intimidated, I think I will assure you is probably the friendliest place at your high school. Go ahead and go in there. And if you are not sure if you have a school-based health center at your high school, make sure you ask your counselors or figure it out, because if you do, definitely use those resources. Um, you know, I feel like for those of you who are interested in school-based health centers and public health and medicine or any of the health field, definitely apply to our youth board. It's an amazing experience. You get a lot of exposure to different fields and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, lastly, just thank you for having me. It was an honor and a pleasure to come speak about CSHA here with y'all. So thank you for that.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Daniel. So, yeah, we'll be posting their information on our pages. And again, thank you for being on with us, Daniel, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Yeah, take
Have
care.
a great summer.
Bye. You tell y'all too.
All right. So Daniel was great. I'm really glad that we got to talk. I mean, I didn't know about all those resources, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
I looked at their website and I saw that there's like
yeah, you saw that they had all.
but I didn't like know the details about all of them.
Yeah, no. So right before we get into the second segment of the show, we will be playing a song by good old Ismael Ray Lara, who we hope to have in person at our new studio. He has been hyped to be on our new studio soon. And he's working on some new music, so hopefully we'll have him on soon. But with that said, here is his song Walking Stars. And we'll be right back.
Yeah. In the whip, thinking of your smile and your perfect laugh. I know you're still alive, cause I feel presidency next to me with you by my side. I'm indestructible, more powerful. I'm gonna make you proud, saying I don't wanna one south. Fast tracking through the Golden Gate, trying to get home a buy. I know everything's gonna be alright. Cause last week I seen you in my dream, and you said it's ain't bye. You said don't shed no more tears. I just want you to know these sparkling tears contain core memories and spark the projection from the fondest memories of my life. Each tear's a flashback. Each tear runs down my face like a half bag. I celebrate them. This path I was meant for. Pain and lessons, gifts from the heavens, no longer question. They strain my bond, my sons, so we don't commit the same mistakes in the streets cold game. To transform darks to light, we meant for. To help others spark they shine, I was made for. I am king, gradual unconditional love is what evolved my wings. This is how I flew out of eternal purgatory, changing my patterns to aviate to fly patterns, move through the cosmos like the Green Lantern. With you by my side, I'm afraid to fly. With you by my side, I feel the urgency to truly live life. With you by my side, I understand we don't ever really die. We walk in stars destined to rise. We rise.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back from our little song and from Ismael Lara. You guys can listen to his music on Spotify and YouTube. And is it on Apple Music?
Yeah, he's on all platforms.
All
All
platforms.
platforms.
That song is called Walking Stars Song. And another quick PSA is for confidential free health for 24/7 support. You can text Marin to 741-741 in either English or Spanish. And now we would like to transition our conversation to our brand new studio. We are back, as you guys can tell.
Yeah, we were just talking about it earlier. So for those who might not know, yesterday the Multicultural Center of Marin had their grand opening celebration, and Kim and I were there. And so was Anna Lee, who's working out there in the back. We had a great time. I mean, how'd you feel about the opening celebration? We got to show it off to like a bunch of people.
Yeah, I liked it very much. This isn't our studio is like not a small room, but it is like a lot of people started coming in, and then it got really, really packed, and everyone wanted to try it out and stuff, and everyone seemed to really like it. And I liked so basically with the people, we would have like conversations like this, and they would get to hear how they sound, and like I just really liked talking with them. I got to know a lot of them, and I think it was a very nice day.
Yeah, it was definitely a great time. I got to meet a lot of cool people, like a lot of people from all over Marin, basically, were making their way over here and taking a look. Even people from Santa Rosa.
Yeah.
Santa Rosa people were cool.
That was really cool, yeah. They were talking about, am I able to say it? Like the studio thing? Like another MCM?
Yeah, I mean, they're basically trying to create their own multicultural center at Santa Rosa.
Which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool that the multicultural center Marin's already kind of starting to have an influence on like other areas.
Yeah, be MCM 2.0.
Yeah, yeah, but they were really nice people. And then there was a shout out to Emilio yesterday.
Yeah, we hope to have him on the show too. He's a natural.
He's a natural. So there was this kid who came in, right? He came in. He was like, "Oh, I don't really like talk."
Yeah, at first he was like, "I don't know, guys." He's like, "I don't really want to do this," and I'm like, "Just try it." And then once he started hearing, he's like, and then you just started talking and talking.
Yeah, no, he just started talking. He was like Kimberly was saying, like he is a complete natural at it. So that was also just cool because I don't know if you noticed, but like when we were having people sit down, right, and like trying out the equipment and everything. All of a sudden, they like started talking a lot more.
Because at first, everyone was like, "Oh no, I don't sound good. I don't like my voice." And then I'm like, "Just try it." And then they'd be like, "Oh my god, this is so cool."
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, because we saw that multiple times. There was always people like saying like, "Oh, I only have 4 minutes. Oh, I only have 6 minutes to like talk."
And then they'd stay for like 15 minutes.
Yeah. So that's just the power, of audio. And like I said, if you guys want to participate in our shows, you are more than welcome to participate in our shows in person. We have I know these camera angles won't show it, but this is like a brand new table. Brand new everything, brand new acoustic boards. I don't know if you guys can see that, but
you see it on. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you can see it behind Kimberly's camera. But basically, this is a much bigger space than what we were working with before. I mean, you know our old studio. Our old studio was like creaky.
It was very, very small.
Yeah, it was really tiny in there.
We've come a long way.
We have, and still an issue that we're still having here that I'll be transparent about it because I'm feeling it right now. It's really hot in this room.
It's so hot.
We're going to be getting AC next week, so that won't be an issue. But
I'm like sweating right now.
I know. And Kim actually just got back from...
I just came back from like a 4-hour bike ride. I did mountain biking before this.
Yeah, so she was out there in the sun.
Yeah. It's like, I don't even know how many degrees it's out right now, but it's pretty hot.
How was that biking trip?
It was really fun. It was like, I pushed myself a lot to do it, but I had a lot of times where I had to like just walk. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm just going to walk.
Was it just because you got tired or was it because of
because a lot of it, like there's a lot of uphill and then downhill and then some of the uphill was like way, way too much.
Yeah.
My legs were giving out. Especially at the end.
Yeah. Do you think have you ever ridden a bike that intensely before?
Yeah, I have. I did mountain biking last summer as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So is this just because this is your first trip back to mountain biking?
Yes, I have not mountain biked in like months.
Oh, all right. Yeah. But now you got like the big I mean, what a day to choose to go mountain biking. Because it's like we're just approaching summer.
Yeah, and it's really hot.
And it's really hot.
I mean, but it was like we ended up going to the McNair's beach. Wait, is it called McNair's? I actually don't know what's the name.
I think see, okay, that's a great question because like every time when I say China Camp, I think of the beach. That's for me though. Whenever I mention China Camp, I think of like the pool.
Yeah.
But that's McNair's.
Yeah, that's
McNair's.
Okay, yeah, no, not McNair's. That's not where I went.
Yeah.
Just I don't know what it's called, but this like beach thingy we went to, and I went in the water, and that felt nice. And we just like took an hour break too.
And you guys had a lunch over there too, and everything.
And yeah, all that.
Yeah. Because you were carrying all the water bottles and all that stuff, right?
I had like all the water bottles in my backpack, and I had like some food, and I had like all of our phones. So yeah. Well,
that's great. I mean, at least you're here. You're here with us now. You didn't die of overheat exhaustion or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty good person at like sustaining heat. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you are about sustaining heat, but
it depends. I think most of the time my body can take it, but then sometimes I'm like, no.
Yeah. Well, you work out a lot, right? Yeah. And then when you work out, you get really like hot. You work up a sweat.
Then what I just do when I'm hot, I feel like I just take deep breaths, and for some reason that helps me to be like cooler. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that happens to you, but that happens to me.
That happens to me. Now, did you know, I just found this out, Did you know that some people, I don't know, you at the gym, you've probably seen this, but there's some people who work out like with a sweater on or something like that?
Oh my gosh. Yes. I hate those people.
Dude, okay. The thing is, so what I discovered, what I learned this week, because I started going to the gym last week.
You sweat more? Is that what you're going to say?
Yes, you do sweat more, and that's why some people do it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like heat sweat. That's not like working out sweat.
Yeah, that's why I don't do that. I've done that. Like, I've worked out with a sweater on like a few times when I first started working out, but then I'm like, it's kind of dumb to do it because like I'm just like getting like lightheaded basically.
Right,
like,
you're
nothing.
It's like it feels like, so I've never done a workout in a sweater, but I remember I had friends who said like, oh, I worked out all summer with a sweater on because it's so hot and it makes my body hotter and it makes me lose more fat. And I'm like, I don't think it works that way because there's a difference.
Because some people like also just don't sweat, but they work out really hard and they're still burning like a lot of calories. So like sweat doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna lose a lot of weight.
Exactly.
It just means your body is more, I don't know what's the word, but like your body just produces more, I don't know what's the word, like basically more sweat.
More sweat, but like sweat that's actually doing something to your body.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, because the sweat that comes from when you're like wearing a sweater or something, it's just there to cool you down.
Mm-hmm.
But sweating when you're working out is completely different. Because like when you're done doing cardio, right? You feel like you can just do anything else after, right? Like,
oh yeah, your body kind of feels like
warmed up.
Yeah,
you warm your body up, but it's like the difference between artificial and like working out sweat. So I don't know. I just wanted to put that out there because I just realized that, and I realized that there's so many people out there right now that are working out in a sweater and stuff.
Yeah, guys, don't suffocate yourself for that.
Don't. It's not worth it. Especially a lot of at least my gym does all right, but I know there's some gyms where the air conditioning is just terrible.
Oh yeah. Wait, which gym do you go to?
So I started going to Anytime Fitness in Sausalito. So I'm just going there because that's what MCM offers to me at a discount. And it's a 24-hour gym.
Where's it? In Sausalito?
Sausalito, or I guess Marin City.
Oh.
So shout out to the Marin City people.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
So Marin City, I haven't been there like all that much. I don't think Marin City's that big. I mean, no disrespect to the Marin City people. I just don't go there all the time. But for me, what I know about Marin City is there's a Target there. There's a Ross. It's like that little mall.
That one plaza.
Off the freeway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's right there. It's in that plaza. Anytime Fitness.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's kind of hidden away. It's a smaller gym, but I've been liking it. It's a 24-hour gym, so I can't really like complain about it. So it's just I like the flexibility because originally I was going to 24-hour, and 24-hour was just so many people. It took forever to get a machine.
Wait, 24-hour and
not 24-hour SF Fitness. My bad.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of SF Fitness.
Yeah, no, SF Fitness.
I think you just worded it.
Yeah, no, there was a 24-hour fitness here in Marin, but it closed down. It used to be in Corte Madera. No, Larkspur. It used to be in Larkspur.
Oh yeah, I do remember that one.
Yeah, it used to be there, and then that closed down during COVID, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, SF Fitness is all right. It's definitely the cheapest gym in the area. Do I recommend it?
SF Fitness is the cheapest gym.
Well, okay, you go to YMCA?
I think for teenagers, the cheapest is the YMCA.
Okay, well, I'm not a teenager anymore, so I gotta pay like the standard rates. Well, actually, that's a great thing to know, though. Is what's the teen discount at the YMCA?
Well, for teenagers, it's like it's $40 a month.
That's
and
really
like
good.
For other gyms, it would like you'd be paying like $50, $60, and also the YMCA does like discounts where like if you work part-time and you don't get that much money in like your income, then they lower it to like almost like $20 a month.
20 a month.
I know people who only pay $20 a month because they only work part-time and they're under the age of 20 and are going to school as well. So they give you a lot of benefits. You just have to talk with them. But then I'd also say that some of the people that work there are not nice, and they don't offer it. And like you just have to like get there when there's like
the right person.
Yeah, like the right person. Because there's this one time I went with my friend, and he got the $20, like he only pays $20 a month now because the lady was just like, oh, do you work part-time? He's like, yes. And then she just gave it to him right away.
Oh,
then
wow.
this other lady was like asking all these other questions like for this other person. So I think it mostly depends on the person.
Okay, well, it seems like if the first time you go out and try to ask for a discount, it doesn't work out.
I mean, it does. I think it just depends. They ask for a lot of like, what is it called? Your
pay stubs?
Yeah, the pay stubs, and they ask for like that, and then like ask for like some letter thing from your boss, I guess, something like that.
Just to like show proof that you're like working part-time. Okay. But
I don't think that's that hard to get, so I think you would still either way get it.
Isn't the YMCA like a small gym though? Like their gym area is pretty small.
No, I would not say that.
It's pretty big.
I think if you're interested in like heavy like weightlifting type of thing, it's not the right gym because they don't have many like squat racks or like benches and stuff. But otherwise, they have like pretty good like a lot of machines and weights, and they have like the outdoor area from that, and then they have a pool, they have a sauna, they have basketball courts, they have rackets, and they have like yoga classes, Pilates, and dance classes that are all free if you have a membership. So I think that is all like pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good. All right. Well, I mean, that was our little ramble on gyms here in Marin. But Kim, what are you looking most forward to in just being at our new studio? Like, what are you looking forward to? What are your hopes?
My hopes, I've been really excited to come back to do TikToks again.
Yes.
I feel like we had like so much fun doing them before. Even though we didn't do like many of them, they were just really fun to do, and I felt like that was like that made our bonds as like all of us as hosts. And yeah, I just want to do that again.
I agree. For some who may or may not know, I did an interview with Ismael. Yeah, we just keep shouting out Ismael all the time on the show. But Ismael, I did an interview with him after one of his presentations at College of Marin, and that recently hit 10,000 views on our Instagram. So thank you to everyone who watched that video.
That was an amazing video edit, Javier.
Thank you. And I definitely agree with you. I think I'm really happy that we're here back together again as a team, and we can communicate and see each other, and we can come up with TikTok ideas. A lot of our TikTok ideas come from Annalie.
Yeah.
So shout out to Annalie for all those great TikTok ideas. And Santi's actually not with us right now. She's in Mexico.
Yeah.
So shout out to Santi. I hope she's having a great time in Mexico.
Probably hotter over there.
Honestly, yeah. It's probably feeling about the same that it is right now. It was a really hot day today in San Rafael.
Yeah. How are you feeling? What's your hopes?
I mean, for me personally, like, I'm just looking forward to seeing more people, meeting more people in person that we've been interviewing either through Zoom or that we've gotten into contact before. I just want to have this. So since this studio, right? So our new studio is located at 709 5th Avenue here in San Rafael. So it is the new Multicultural Center Marin building. So just to make it easier for you guys, so you guys, if you guys know where Extreme Pizza is, right here on 4th Street in San Rafael, right in front of the Extreme Pizza, there's that liquor store. You know, the liquor store where they recorded that one scene from, what was that show on Netflix?
13 Reasons Why.
13 Reasons Why, where Clay was getting beat up in the alley.
That was there?
Yeah, that was in that alleyway.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So we're right next to that liquor store. That is our new building. You'll see it. It has the Multicultural Center Marin written all over it.
Right next to the train station too.
Yeah, it's really close to the train station. We're in the heart of San Rafael, so and we're really close to San Rafael High School as well.
So teenagers can come like. It's not that far of a walk either. It's probably like 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's a really close walk, and we're really hoping to get more high schoolers in here to share their stories, share their opinions and topics. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing some more youth voices out here.
To having new guests.
Yeah.
Because like through Zoom, it's just not the same vibe. It's
exactly.
Giving it all.
Exactly. See, because right now, like I said, like I don't think we would have had that little gym rant.
Yeah, like
If we
it's
were
like,
on Zoom.
I'm like looking at you.
Yeah.
It's like we're just having a face.
Yeah, like I'm not a hologram. I'm not just a face on the screen. I'm an actual person. So, yeah. But Kim, do you wanna share like what you expect to learn possibly from this new experience, or what you like about this new studio?
For experience wise, since the last thing that we were doing or that you were showing me was how to like manage the like what Annalie's doing basically right now, and I want to learn more about that and like a little more of how you set it up and all that. And then wait, what was your other question?
Oh, like what do you like about this new space?
I like all of it. Javier did a really good job on all of this. The chairs are super comfortable. I like honestly really like the way that these mics are.
Yeah, they're a little funny. I will admit we've
this one, like the one that I'm in, like sometimes just goes up, but other than that, they're like really, really nice.
It's definitely a step up from, like I said, when we were in the old studio. Like I said, our table was like squeaky, and
yeah, this table, you guys can't even see the table, but the table's like huge, and it's like a really nice like shape and a color.
Yeah, it's a very well built table. I'm glad you liked it because, like I said, I had to build this table. So
you built it?
Yeah, I built it. So yeah, so I'm really glad that you're enjoying it here. I feel very comfortable and at ease. Like that's why I feel so chilled out right now because like. She's right. These chairs, I picked them out because they definitely felt the most comfy. And oh my God, it makes such a difference to have like comfortable chairs and a comfortable table.
I remember the other ones, like my legs would like fall asleep. I'd like have to like shake them throughout the show.
Yeah, and those chairs, like I said, a lot of the stuff in the old studio was really old. We were working with a lot of old stuff. And it's just nice to have a much more upgraded, much more just nice to have new things. It's nice to have some new things and some new things to play around with. But yeah, is there anything else? I know we're approaching the end of the show soon, but Kim, was there anything that you wanted to suggest, like for the studio in the future, or anything you want to let people know about the studio?
Nothing much. That like basically you can like contact Tay Radio saying you want to come on, as Javier mentioned earlier, and like just let us know. Or if like you want to just like hear yourself, like how we did for the grand opening, I guess we can do that. We can work it out in some way.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We're happy to like demo the location for you guys. Like if you just want to come by and not even like have to participate in the show.
Yeah.
But just like,
because I know some people like are just shy and they don't want to.
Yeah, and we don't.
Fine.
Yeah, and that's completely fine. But if you want a space to like for yourself to record too, like if you want to record music or you want to record like your own podcast, your own show, like we can make that possible for you here. Because like I said, a big thing about this studio is it's going to be open to the community, and we're definitely pushing for more people to come and check it out. Because this is for you guys, you know, I'm giving back to my community. So it'd be really great if any audience members wanted to come check it out. I mean, I just thought of it right now. We gotta have Miguel back, the film director.
Oh yeah, I think that would be very nice.
Yeah, I know he was really
a very good person to have like in person.
In person, yeah. But like I said, any background, we don't discriminate. We don't discriminate at all. We are open to hearing your stories, hearing your voices here on this show, outside of this show. Like I said, I want this space to be a cool just hangout spot for us to talk. Because like Kimberly was saying yesterday at the grand opening celebration, it was so eye-opening to me to see like you and your friends, like your other high school friends, just kind of have a good time in here.
Oh yeah, we were just like talking about
random things, but like it's fun to just have this experience. Like, yeah, you can have a conversation with someone like anytime, right?
But this is different.
Yeah, it feels different to actually hear your voice and also have it like recorded and played back for you. Like it's crazy. Yeah. And again, if you're an artist or if you want to start a podcast and have it up on Spotify, I can definitely help you with getting that started here. And if you have any school projects that you might want to like finish here.
I feel like a podcast is so cool. I would honestly want to do that with like some of my friends.
Yeah, like a personal podcast. We can help you launch that here. So yeah, but again, Tay Radio is all for youth. And again, if you're a youth who's looking to get into radio or get into podcasting in general, and be live with us, we're open to it. But yeah, I wanted to mention one more thing too, is that these acoustic panels were the main reason why we weren't in person earlier, because we had to wait like 6 months for these to arrive.
6 months?
6 months. I ordered them in January and we barely got them.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me you're like, I'm gonna order them.
Yeah, and we barely got them at like the end of May. So I had to work my butt off to get this all set up for you guys.
Yeah, because if we didn't have the panels, you can hear a lot of like outside noise and it didn't sound good.
Yeah, and a lot of echo. Like a lot of echo. Like
yeah, there's a huge echo.
So many reflections in here. Like, it's not perfect, but it's definitely a whole lot better than what we had before.
Yeah, no, these panels are very, very, very nice.
Yeah. I'm glad you like them.
Yeah,
and
thank you, Javier, for doing that and setting all of this up.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, like I said, like you thought these weren't even like
I didn't even know they were panels when I first saw them. I thought it was just a decor or something.
Exactly. That's why I like them, and that's why they took so dang long to get here, was because they're custom made, and this particular color, I guess, is their most popular. So it took a lot longer for it to arrive.
They should have like left a note being like, "Oh, it's gonna take longer because of the color."
Well, they did.
They did. Oh, okay.
They sent me an update in April saying like, "Oh yeah, these acoustic panels are gonna be here by the end of April." I'm like, "Okay, great. You know, that's good. 2 months in advance before the celebration. Great." And then they pushed it back to like, "Oh, you'll get it in May 21st."
Oh, okay. Then it was like more of their bad.
It was more on them. But it makes sense. I think during the time that they were shipping these out, I think they ship them out from China. There was like some big lockdown going on in Shanghai or something like that. I don't know. It was some part of China that's really key to like shipping out a lot of the stuff that gets imported to the U.S. So there's a lot of shipping delays on not just these, but a whole lot of other products. But yeah. Any last words you want to give to the audience, Kim, before we end things off?
I'm just really excited to be back in person and not through Zoom. And I'd like to thank everybody for like everything. Like we've come a long way as a Tay family. I feel like we've all like really, really grown on like all of our social medias. We're definitely gonna start becoming like better at posting and stuff because like we weren't together, so like it was really hard to make TikToks and like having it like different.
And just coordinating is a lot harder to do through just the Zoom meeting. But being able to again like meet in person really makes a big difference in terms of us just getting things much more organized. But yeah, that's really it from us. We hope that you enjoyed our first show back in person. Again, if you or you know someone who wants to be on the show with us, we're more than open to have them on, or just to demo the location. Again, we are located at 709 5th Avenue here in San Rafael, California. Please come and stop by. The studio is for you guys to come and enjoy. And yeah, that's all from us. Thank you all for watching. And we'll see you guys next week for our next show.
Yeah, it's going to be in person as well.
Yeah, I mean, all of our shows are going to be in person now. No more looking at us through a Zoom live stream. So expect more in-person stuff.
If you're just hearing on Spotify, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, well, shout out to the Spotify listeners too.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least the audio will be better on Spotify.
Yeah, that is a lot.
That is the big difference. But yeah, all right. Well, take care, everyone. Hope you all have a great Friday, and we'll talk to y'all next